Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If anyone worships the beast in his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascends forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast in his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name." As we see, these passages are loaded with a good amount of symbolism, addressing what is probably the most difficult thing to understand in the book of Revelation, the beast and its mark. However, the first thing to notice is the phrase, "A third angel followed them," referring to the previous two angels, first having the everlasting or Aeonian gospel, declaring the hour of his judgment, and the second declaring Babylon is fallen and has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Preceding all three angels, we have the presentation of Christ and the first fruits. So, a simple pattern evolves. Here's my take: the presentation of Christ and the first fruits. This points to the establishment of the New Testament church in the days of Christ and the apostles. They, of course, were the first to possess the Aeonian gospel, which includes the understanding of God's judgment resulting from the Babylonian influence connected to the beast, its image, and its mark. The plumb line for this judgment is the lake of fire, and the implementation of this lake of fire illustrates the harvest and separation that has been ongoing since the days of Christ and the apostles. This ongoing judgment is the great white throne judgment that tradition teaches lies in the future. The content of Revelation 14 sums up a good part of the book of Revelation. To put it simply, John's visions reveal the regeneration Jesus spoke about in Matthew 19:28. Now, following our first statement, here's the next. If anyone worships the beast in his image and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. The beast, image, and mark take us back to the previous chapter. Then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. Before we identify this beast, let's consider what is meant by beast. This is the Greek transliteration therion, which Strong's defines as a small but dangerous animal. This word is found 46 times in the King James New Testament, 39 in Revelation. In his book, The Biblical Meaning of Numbers from 1 to 40, Stephen Jones writes, the number 39 in Hebrew was written with the letters Lamed and Tet. 39 is the number of infirmity. 39 has to do with the authority of the serpent, which believers are called to overcome and overthrow wherever it is found. For this reason, Jesus healed the sick, cast out evil spirits, raised the dead, and preached the word of life. In every instance in Revelation where the word therion is found, it carries a negative connotation. The first use of this word is in Revelation 6:8 in the phrase, beast of the earth. This actually points to the beast coming up out of the earth in Revelation 13:11. The second use of this word is in Revelation 11:7, where we see a beast ascending out of the bottomless pit. This is not the beast of Revelation 13:11, but the one preceding it in Revelation 13:1, the beast rising up out of the sea. However, we are told that the beast of the earth exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast. So, put it simply, the beast of the sea is a small but dangerous animal, so too the beast of the earth. They are cousins. A small but dangerous animal. I've said it in other studies. The most dangerous animal on this planet is man. Psalm 49:20 tells us, "A man who is in honor, yet does not understand, is like the beasts that perish." Ecclesiastes is much more revealing, stating that God tests us in order that we may see that we are but beasts. In keeping with this, where John sees the beast rising out of the sea, it has three animalistic features and characteristics. It was like a leopard, with feet like a bear's, and its mouth like a lion's mouth. Now, here's the thing. A leopard is distinctly different from a lion and bear, and a bear is distinctly different from a lion or leopard. You will never see any of these animals acting different from their species. Why? Because they have an inherent nature dictating their characteristics. This is what the word beast basically means. When a man conducts himself by the carnal nature, he is the most dangerous animal on the planet. Proof of this is easily seen. Leopards, bears, and lions have but one mindset, a mind set on the flesh. In Romans chapter 8, Paul describes this mindset and nature that exists in you and me. But there is a very important aspect we mustn't overlook regarding carnality, and it's seen in the phrases, a beast rise up out of the sea, a beast coming up out of the earth, and the beast that ascends. The same Greek word is applied to all three. Strong's defines it as to go up, literal, figurative. In these instances, these phrases suggest the pride of man that moves him to rise above and control others. This is the main characteristic of the carnal nature and mind, and why man's conduct is so dangerous. What this tells us is that the beasts of the sea and earth operate out of the same nature and mindset. Again, the carnal nature and mind. This brings me to the idea of the seven heads of the beast, seen on not only the beast rising out of the sea, but also the dragon. As noted, the leopard, bear, and lion-like features of the beast of the sea denote its nature. It is one beast. However, it has 7 heads. Here's what I believe the heads represent. These 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift in running to evil, false witness who speaks lies, and one who sows discord among brethren. Here we find 7 things that are an abomination to the Lord. Might this explain what is meant by Babylon, the mother of abominations? Look closely at these 7 things and you will find that the first 5 describe a complete person, head to feet. The 6th then shows what this person is, while the 7th shows what this person does. 5, indicative of our works and conduct and our need for grace when we conduct ourselves by the carnal mind, makes us a false witness, manifesting as one who sows discord among brethren. The 3 animalistic characteristics, coupled with its 7 heads, defines the carnal nature and mind. Together, we have 10, pointing to the need for judgment in our lives to purge us of this nature and mind. This is why we see the 10 kings given 10 crowns for 1 hour in Revelation 17:12. This hour is the hour of his judgment, referred to in Revelation 14:7. As one dear brother pointed out, the leopard, bear, and lion are all carnivores. They eat flesh. Might this point to Revelation 19, verse 18? The beast is the carnal nature, while the 7 heads the carnal mind. The first is the haughty spirit, while the second, the pride or inordinate love of the self rising out of this haughty spirit. The first is female or heart, the second male or mind. The first links to the old covenant and law of God, thus the queen of Babylon, for we're told in Galatians 4:29 that those under the law are born after the flesh. So, when the carnal nature joins with the carnal mind, it only produces harlots. What is the manifestation or fullness of the carnal nature and mind? one who sows discord among brethren. I will close with the following. And I, brethren, could not speak to you as to spiritual people, but as to carnal, as to babes in Christ. I fed you with milk and not with solid food. For until now you were not able to receive it, and even now you are still not able, for you are still carnal. For where there are envy, strife, and divisions among you, are you not carnal and behaving like mere men? For when one says, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollos, are you not carnal? Who then is Paul, and who is Apollos, but ministers through whom you believed, as the Lord gave to each one? I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. So then, neither he who plants is anything, nor he who waters, but God who gives the increase.